Greetings, greetings. This is Gyp-C, and I'm coming to you with a reading for the Zodiac sign of Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, or anywhere in your birth chart. So, at the bottom of the deck, Taurus, we have the Queen of Wands, Mother Figure, Fire Energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The Queen of Wands is very passionate, fiery, beautiful, got sexual energy about herself. Um, Mystical, could be kind of magical. But, like, basically, Queen of Wands is like, she's believing in her personal powers. So, let's see what Taurus, whether you're in your Queen of Wands energy or maybe you have a Queen of Wands in your energy. Flip flop the roles. Tarot has no gender. We just, it's feminine and masculine energy. The key is to bring it into balance. So, let's tap in and see what Taurus got going on, Spirit. Talk to me. So we got the Devil card coming out with the Queen of Cups. Feminine energy. Queen of Cups is very loving, highly intuitive, nurturing. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Devil card, this is the Capricorn energy. It came out like on the fence. So it's like either somebody's toxic, obsessive, possessive. Someone wants to release a Queen of Cups, a mother figure. There could be a Queen of Cups that at sometimes she's toxic as fuck, and then at sometimes she could be, nurturing and loving and, wanting to release. And we got the Three of Cups at the bottom. So Three of Cups speaks of celebrating with people, groups, drinking, partying. Could be third-party situations. So I don't know, Taurus, whether, like I said, even though the Queen of Cups is out here, you don't have to actually be a water sign, but you could be in your loving and nurturing energy, okay, Taurus? So it could be talking to a feminine. And the Devil also speaks of, like, limiting beliefs. So it's, like I said, somebody you could be kind of, like, on the fence. Like, I don't know if you're trying to, like, start tapping into the spiritual. Then maybe a part of you was like, because it's like I said, you still on the old bullshit that we done been brainwashed to. But like I say, I don't know whether you are thinking about linking with some type of group. Maybe you had a group of people around you that's kind of toxic. Some of them toxic, some of them, okay. Some of them could be obsessed with you. So take what resonates, Taurus. All right, why else for Taurus? Yeah, what else for Taurus? All right, so we got Ten of Swords, air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, with the Chariot on the bottom. So Taurus, you could, Ten of Swords speaks of, deceitfulness, being stabbed in the back. I'm hearing people wishy-washy with you. I don't know, like I said, I don't know whether it was a mother figure. Because, I mean, like, the more I look at this, Taurus, you could have a mother figure in your energy that's sometimes she with you and sometimes she ain't. But like I said, with the Ten of Swords, that means there's some type of ending. If you have been being stabbed in your back by a mother figure, they could be betraying, like they in the Queen of Cups energy. Pisces, Scorpio. What's the other water sign? Cancer. We got the Chariot on the bottom. I believe the Chariot is Cancer energy. But the Chariot speaks of, like, you having success. Like, you may have a vehicle. You may be getting a new vehicle. You may be having issues with a vehicle. But the Chariot speaks of, like, things that you've been through, your yin and your yang. Like, you done been through some things to where it's like you balancing out. You're coming into balance. You're coming into oneness with yourself. You balancing your yin and your yang. And like I say, you have succeeded through some things, whether you realize it or not. But hell, if you're dealing with up to 10 swords being stabbed in your back, Taurus, and like I said, you might have been stabbed in your back by motherfuckers who were supposed to love you. Like I said, that's why I feel like the devil is on the fence, because it's like sometimes the bitch good, sometimes they ain't. I'm hearing damn if you do, damn if you don't. That's exactly what I'm hearing. Okay, what else does Taurus need to know? Yeah, like I said, 10 of swords, you been stabbed in your back. Here come the 3 of cups coming out in the reverse this time. So yeah, somebody you was dealing with third party situations. Or you could have been dealing with groups of people that was stabbing you in your back. Queen of Swords energy at the bottom. So the Queen of Swords is like somebody who brings the truth. So you may have a Queen of Swords in your energy, or Taurus, you may be in your Queen of Swords. It's to where it's like you reading all these motherfuckers who coming up towards you in the reverse, because it's like you could be feeling the energy right now. Especially if you're somebody who's sensitive. And if you don't know, now you fitting to know. Or tap in with your girl and I'll help you understand what you're feeling and what it is and why. Chariot coming out. So like I said, I don't know if somebody figured they was succeeding in trying to have you in third party situations. Taurus with 10 of cups at the bottom. This means completion, fulfillment, happiness. So I don't know, somebody, if you dealt with family coming up against you, just know you have succeeded. Or else you realizing the family you was born in, you about to go and create your own family and start from there. Can't make this shit up. 10 of Pentacles, Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Page of Cups, water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. 10 of Pentacles speaks of your inheritance, your desires coming into fruition. 10 of Pentacles basically mean, look, this is the 10. You create generational wealth. You could be the generational trauma breaker of your lineage. With the Chariot out here, just know, like I said, whoever you are, you're going to succeed, Taurus. So you could be the one that came back, and you had this shit in you since you've been a child. The Page speaks of being young, a child, also having intuitive messages. So yeah, okay, wow, with the Hierophant at the bottom. So like I said, the Ascending Masters are with you. Whoever this resonate with, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, anywhere else in your birth chart. I feel like you kind of like been chosen since you've been a child. Like I said, and probably since you've been a child, you might have had a mother figure that could have been kind of jealous of you. I'll probably try to have groups of people come up against you to make you feel like you wasn't who the fuck you supposed to be. But like I said, 9 of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Earth energy, and single, abundant, getting money, getting to the bag, all by yourself. Like I said, whoever you are, Taurus, you could have been like this since a child. Since you've been old enough to work, you might have been carrying burdens and shit. And here come the King of Wands at the bottom. Cancer, Pisces, excuse me. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. And the 10 of Wands is also fire energy. So like I said, whoever you are, Taurus, you single, you're abundant, you're beautiful. You don't necessarily need a significant other. But you know, because you're getting all this money and hell, you in your leadership energy. Hell, you probably want somebody to, you know, celebrate and indulge in all this money and shit that you get. Anything else weird for Taurus? Yeah, got the sun coming out. So whoever you are, you're very happy. You're a happy person within. So it's like you could want somebody in your life to come in and help make you happier. You know what I'm saying? With the King of Swords at the bottom. You want somebody truthful and honest. Because I really feel like you've been dealing with, yeah, because here come your energy coming out, Taurus. It kind of flipped up in the reverse a little bit. Because I really feel like you've been dealing with people who probably was out here living reckless. The Hierophant basically speaks of like someone, you could be a counselor, you could be a mentor, you could also be somebody who taps into the traditions, stepping back into your culture, your heritage. Not what's been given to you, but you tapping back in with your ancestors. I'm talking to somebody who sits and meditate and let spirit come to them and tell them what it is that they should be doing. With the sun out here, you could also be very enlightened. I mean, hey, Taurus, you're an earth sign. Okay, so hey. But like I said, you might have been dealing with somebody who tried to kind of like, either they living reckless and could have been trying to pull you in that direction. King of Wands energy at the bottom. So like I said, King of Wands, Knight of Wands energy at the bottom. Basically taking forward action. If this is not a person, then it's like sources wanting to tell you whatever it is that you want to do, especially if it's something that's for your highest good, that's going to better you, go forward. But if we're not talking about an action that you need to take, then you could have a person, a King of Wands, a Knight of Wands. I don't know why I keep saying a King of Wands. But there could be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius trying to come towards you. And like I said, this person could be untraditional, okay? Like, shit. They're not, like, using their senses and intuition wisely. I don't know why I'm hearing saying they mind wisely. So we got the King of Wands. So like I say, Taurus, I don't know if you're dealing with a fire sign, or like I say, you could be dealing with a masculine or feminine that is in their fire energy, very passionate. Like, you know, this could be somebody very sexual, highly, I'm about to say highly, got a sex drive. But with the Star card coming out with the Queen of Swords, like I said, I don't know whether this King of Wands is healing. Now, listen, I done said the King of Wands so it finally came all the way out. This King of Wands may be needing some healing. I don't know whether they're going to a Queen of Swords seeking counsel, advice, because the Queen of Swords is usually someone who people come to for good word. And like I say, this Queen of Swords could be also ending cycles with the World card at the bottom. But yeah, so we got Hermit coming out with Hermit coming out with the Four of Pentacles. So Taurus, with you being in your Queen of Swords energy, like you ain't playing with nobody right now. I really feel like you got your sword drawn and you ain't giving no fucks right now. You could be being led to go sit with yourself, go into, incognito, and pull back your energy, your time, your money, whatever, everything that's about you, your essence, your power, your energy, your money, you need to call it back. You need to call it back, because it's like you about to go sit in hermit mode and become more wise. Like I said, with the Hierophant was at the bottom of the deck. When one of these cards came out, I know it was basically saying, baby, you sit with the higher ups. And like I said, the World card is still at the bottom. So it's time for you to end some cycles, Taurus. End some cycles with some people from the past. And like I said, maybe you have a King of Swords coming your way. Somebody who's going to be truthful and honest with you. Not somebody who's going to be toxic and stabbing you in the back. And like I said, if this is not a lover, hey, even with some of your friends. Because the Three of Cups do speak of celebrating with friends. And like I say, it came out in the reverse. So, hell, you might have had some friends that been, like I said, trying to keep you in drama. But the King of Swords came out, somebody truthful and honest, and this masculine could be in his Emperor energy. Emperor is Aries energy, but like I say, this King of Swords, maybe you pulling back your energy from a King of Swords. Or like I say, you pulling back your energy so that a King of Swords can come into your life. Put away, go, Taurus. And like I said, with the Emperor being at the bottom, this is someone who embodies all the kings, father figure, leader, taking charge, making sure everything's straight. So, I mean, like I said, if you having issues pertaining to love, shit, can't make this up. You are manifesting a complete happy fulfillment, family dynamic, father, wife, husband, father, children, with the magician card. And they came out together. So, like I said, somebody you're manifesting a happy family dynamic. Stand in your power. Stand in your business. It's coming. It's coming, Taurus. It's coming. I don't know. I just saw the 6 of Wands to the 2 of Wands. So it's like, listen, whoever you get with, y'all might become one of them content creator couples or some shit. And just know y'all gonna have people big mad, little mad, all the kind of mads they want to be. And the only thing they got to be mad about is how they played with your energy. Due to their words, their intentions, and their actions. Can't make this shit up. Justice. So we are in Libra season. Expect you. I mean, you may hear about some people who done shit on you. You may hear about them getting the shitty end of the stick. Do not be proud of nothing. You know, because you should never wish anything bad on anyone. But if you hear about somebody who you know wrong you, the veil is thin. The ancestors are here. And they kicking ass. Alright, Taurus, that has been your read. Only take what resonates, leave the rest. If you like what you heard, please like, comment, share. Please subscribe. And book your personal read. If you made it this far, thank you for tuning in with Gyp-C Tarot. I send you love, peace, and light. Ashe. Oh.